Yo, what up guys, Re5D here. I just wanted to drop this quick one to let you know what's coming on Friday. Yes, you probably know it's going to be a 2x for Sacred event. Yes, but there's also a 10x that is going to be mixed with that 2x. Yes, the 10x will last for 2 days while the 2x will last for the entire 3 days period. So if you don't want this 10x champion, you might want to skip out on one of the days and then pull your shard on that particular day. All right. Which 10x champion is being advertised right now is this one you see on the screen, Michinaki. This champion is from the Shadow King faction, and if you head over to raid Shadow Legends right now and scroll to your Shadow King, you will not find this champion on your roster because it's part of the patch that is going to be released. Yes, this is a brand new champion that is coming into raid and is one of the new ones that was announced along with all these other awesome champions from the new faction, right? So this one is from the Shadow King and it will be released as part of the patch. So I guess the patch will go live either today or tomorrow. Once that fusion goes live, the patch and all these new champions will be available in the game. Right now, none of these new champions are in the game, so we expect that to happen tomorrow, 27th, when we see all these champions launched into the game with the new faction. So Michinaki will be coming into raid by then, but I do not know this champion. We are all new to it, so let me just take this moment to find out if this champion will be worth pulling for, or should I hold up all my shards until the 10x is done before I now pull on a normal 2x. Let's find out. On the A1, what does this champion do? Magic Affinity Legendary Defense based champion. We always want to see that. A1 HP burn, 50% chance to land it, can be buffed up to 60% chance with books. 2-ton HP burn though, that's a 60% one. I guess it's okay, right? I can just think of other champions who place HP burn on their A1 skill. It's useful sometimes, but it's not that of a game-changing skill. On the A2, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing decreased defense. Also 75% chance of placing decreased attack and on enemies under hex. Okay, the decreased attack is conditional, while the decreased defense is not conditional. So the decreased attack is based on if the enemies already have hex on them, and that's a 4-ton cooldown booked down to a 3-ton cooldown right there. It's going to be a 100% chance of landing these debuffs if you have hex on your enemies already. So I guess this champion should be placing hex, right? Let's see if it happens. On the A3, attacks all enemies 2 times, right? The first hit removes all buffs from each target. The first hit removes all buffs from each target. The second hit places hex. That is a huge skill right there. A champion who can do a cleanse, can simply do a buff cleanse from the enemies. I guess they call it a buff strip, right? That's a good one. Even if it hits, that means if it's against a negative affinity, it will not happen, right? So I guess we already have, you might be comparing this champion to a champion like, what's her name now? Madame Ceres, who can always do it without even hitting. So I guess, but she doesn't place hex when she removes the buffs. She replaces it with decreased defense and decreased attack. Still better than this champion though in terms of that skill, but except if you want hex desperately and he comes in there and he will place hex, replace their buffs with hex. That's a nice one. On a 3-ton cooldown when booked also. I'll take it. This is a nice one. So on the passive, whenever an ally attacks an enemy under hex debuff, this champion has a 50% chance to team up and join the ally's attack. Whenever an ally attacks an enemy under hex, this champion will go in with that HP burn on the A1. So the HP burn will be landing a lot because he will be teaming up with people and hitting the enemies when they are under hex. So that's a lot of hex conditions, which I'm sure by now we can fulfill with passive hex coming in with decreased defense, landing already without hex, and then waiting for. So you need the hex to be out there before that decreased defense can even be. The decreased attack will be out there. This champion has an aura in all battles by 30% defense, increased defense in all battles, which is a nice one for a legendary because epics do have 25% increased defense. So that's a nice one to have for an epic. All battles aura means he will probably be the leader slot in most teams. I don't see this champion, since it's based on defense, right? People will most likely want this champion to be in their, what do you call it now? Clan boss teams. It looks like this champion is bringing some debuffs that is needed for the clan boss and is based on defense, so it will be easier to keep alive. I'm talking about HP burn, decreased defense, decreased attack, which is based on hex, and then he can also strip the boss's increase attack, right? Yes, and replace it with hex. So there's a lot coming. That's one place I can already think of. I'm not even thinking of the Hydra, because that will also be an awesome place to use this champion, and you can keep him alive because he's based on defense, right? So AoE decrease defense, AoE decrease attack, AoE hex, buff strip, everything. This champion is a complete one. Although we don't know if it's going to be a damage dealing champion. Probably not. You don't want to build this champion with a damage dealing champion. You want him to be the supporting role, I think. So the question is, will I be pulling my shards on the first day, on Friday, as soon as the event starts? Will I be going ham and try to get this champion? Or will I wait until the last day when this 10x ends, right? Because the 10x usually starts on the first day. I might be wrong. Maybe they'll keep the 10x till the last day. But usually they keep the 10x on the first day and make you wait until Sunday to pull your shards if you do not want that 10x champion. So I do currently have 38 sacred shards right now saved up, and I've been hoarding it for a while. Will I pull all these secret shards for this new champion? Do you think it's worth it? Let me know in the comments below. From what I'm reading right now, this is not a game-breaking, game-changing champion. This is just hex, decrease defense, and decrease attack. That's the three things I can just think of. Hex, decrease defense, and decrease attack. It's essential in every battle. But if you already have people who are doing it on your teams, you might not want this champion on your team. Although he might replace your Terrell, he might replace your what do you call it now, Stagnites, in all those areas, because obviously he does it better. He comes with hex, which is will make your allies even do more damage, even an HP burn right there. So I'm not trying to compare this champion with other epics. What I'm saying is, since I already have those champions, those roles feels, even a Lydia, decrease defense and weaken, I'll take that over decrease attack, right? I'll probably have a champion who is doing A1 decrease attack instead of AoE decrease attack, and I can sustain through decrease attack most of the time in Hydra, in dungeon content, so I don't even see it as a priority. That's why this hex most times will not even land. You just go in there and open with this your decrease defense skill in this champion. So maybe I'm reading this wrong, but that's what I think about this champion. It's a nice one for those who want a better way of doing these two debuffs in one go. But the condition of having X out there, maybe somebody has to place the Hex first before he goes in with this one. Else you'll not be able to nuke the enemies on your first turn. You have to wait an entire turn before you go in with your nukes, because you're waiting for decrease defense and decrease attack to land on them. That's what I think of this new champion. I will most likely be pulling my shards on the day of the 10x. Why? Because the likelihood that you get this champion from your first legendary is slim. The amount of legendary champion pool has been expanded. So even if you do get a legendary, you might want to pull 1, 2, 3 legendaries before you have a chance of pulling the one that is advertised in the 10x. We're still pleading with Raid to make a 20x, to make a 30x, because you see a champion in the 10x, you pull 1 legendary, you pull 2, you pull 3 legendaries, and none of those 3 are part of the 10x. It's very disheartening and it's a sad one. So I don't mind pulling my shards on the first day, second day, or third day, because the chances of me getting the advertised 10x is slim, 0 to none, because the champion pool is now so diluted. So that's what I think about this one. I'm not crazy about it, but if I get him, at least it will not be a duplicate, right? So that's why we're pulling to see if it's something I will get, and then maybe to serve for some good content that I can talk about and build and see how we can serve my team better than the current decrease attack and decrease defense champions I used for the Hydra especially. That's where I see him being used. All right, something else you should know besides the fusion that is coming up on the 27th, what do you call it, super rates will be turned on. So even if you're not going for the fusion, you should know that super rates will be turned on the 27th. Yes, super rates will be turned on for Fire Night. So I guess Fire Night is starting on the 27th. I guess we're still waiting for that fusion calendar to confirm the events that are coming up for that fusion. So super rates for Fire Night on the 27th. Then that lasts for 2 days. Then on Sunday, October, super rates will also be turned on for the spiders. Then that is the day that you want to be saving to farm the spider and getting double artifacts for twice the energy. That's what it means when super rate is on. And then on Thursday, November 3rd of November, they are also planning to open the Dragon's Lair with super rate, so you can farm twice the artifact for twice the energy also. All right, Sunday 6th November is also super rare for Ice Golem. So that will be a schedule of events according to the 2 days each, or 3 days, some 2 days, yeah, for each of those super rares to be turned on for you to farm it on that day. So I guess that's how the fusion calendar will be launched. I'm still waiting for the fusion calendar. When that launches, I'll give my breakdown and show you in great detail how I plan to go about that fusion on my main account. The Noob to Pro has decided to skip out on this one. So watch out later in the evening for a Noob to Pro update that is coming up. I'll be showing you the progress we've done so far on that account, and I can't wait to show you. All right, you guys, let me know what you think about this one, and I'll also like your opinion to let me know if I should pull all 38 sacred shards for this upcoming 2x sacreds, or should I keep hoarding for a guaranteed champion event. I look forward to your comments below. Let me know also if you value this champion so much than how I estimated him, or not. Later, guys. Like, subscribe. Later.